All right, in studio with me, I'm joined by Akelo Misoro, the Secretary General of KUPPET, who's in a celebratory mood tonight. Akelo, congratulations for signing that deal. But as you signed that deal also, I want to get the details of that. Your sister union, KNUT, is calling you an inferior union.
Brother, I think it is simplistic to start boxing a shadow which is non-existent. We are both creations of the law, and we transact the business of our operations under mandates within the law. Because KUPPET was registered in 1998 under the repealed Trade Unions Act. KNUT was registered in 1957 under the Trade Unions Act also. So it is cheap to say that we are inferior and we are a creation of a government. We are both creations of the law.
All right.
Yes.
That's well said. But the question then is, how many members do you have? How many members do you represent?
KUPPET, in the first place, represent teachers in post-primary institutions, secondary schools, technical schools, and colleges.
So how many members
and these are teachers who teach in, who are employees of Teacher Service Commission. So we have 52,000 members. That is not an inferior figure, because the total number of teachers in that subsector are only 66,000.
How do you react to those who would say tonight that, listen, KUPPET is a creation of government, and in fact you are traitors and you have not served the will or the hopes of teachers well, by first calling off the strike and then now signing a deal that your sister union saying it's an inferior deal?
You know, calling off a strike is a strategy in industrial relations. Another thing is that the strike was called off because there was a court order which was subsisting.
Have you seen that court order?
That court order was served on us on 26th June this year. And we went to court on 28th. And we defended our position in relation to the strike which started on 19th. So the idea that we did not get a service, we were ignorant of the orders is a cheap propaganda that some people want to peddle around. And our case was case number 22 of 2013 in the Industrial Court of Kenya. I want to bring in another perception. You cannot be said to be a traitor when you are obedient to the law. And I am repeating that if you are a creature of the law, you must operate within that parameter.
But that is given credence that you were created in 1998 when teachers were on strike. Nat had called it a strike. That's when you were created. It gives credence that you were formed by the government so that you can push back the KNUT then.
The same principle applies to what reasons led to the creation of KNUT. But I don't want to address that. In 1985, students of Kenyatta University agitated for pay to be employed upon completion in Job Group K, because teachers who are leaving college were being employed earlier on in Job Group H. Other public servants were being employed in Job Group K. So this is the spirit which led to the creation of KUPPET. And even in 1993, when we struggled to establish what we call National Union of Secondary School Teachers and Tertiary Institution called NUSTEKE, the KNUT went to court. Today they are saying that they cannot respect the court. They stayed the registration on NUSTEKE through a court injunction. So that one is just a process. And I want also to repeat one element which is very important for consumption. Kenya had gone plural. According to the constitution of this land, workers have the freedom to form, join, and participate in the activities of a union of their choice.
On that note, Akelo, let me just give you an update. Today, teachers in Murang'a, Mombasa, Embu, Narok, Eldoret, and Meru have said that they are leaving KUPPET, your umbrella body, and they are joining NAT. And they are saying that...
A total sham, my brother. What is happening is that there have been dramatic programs setting people where shoe shiners and border guys are given forms and they are told to line, and they organize arrangements.
You're calling them shoe shiners?
I'm telling the truth. Because I come from Migori, because you have not mentioned Migori there. I saw some people in a video clip, and some of them are border guys and shoe shiners. And then I said, now, if this is the place where I have stayed for over 20 years, who is that who is saying that he is a teacher at Kakrao Secondary School? Then I said, what is this? This is a total sham.
So you've not lost any member. That's what you.
Who are these members from East Secondary School? This is a total simplistic arrangement to set things so that it is seen that we are losing face. We cannot lose face in this regard, because we went on strike for 3 major things: harmonize commuter, give us responsibility allowance, give us leave allowance. We are only left to negotiate the element of leave allowance.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second.
Responsibility allowance and commute allowance are all granted, and we are going only to work on the details.
Let's talk about it for a second.
Yes.
You've called off the strike. You've got to the negotiating table. What have you got for teachers? What can you tell them tonight that we've got?
Teachers have massively gotten what we wanted from the strike: harmonized commuter allowance, which translates to 11.5 billion according to the estimates of Teacher Service Commission. We had done our estimate, we thought it was something like 15 billion. But when we went to the real figures, we realized that the figures are according to the numbers of the teachers who are in service, and it is 11.5 billion. The details of this are going to be worked according to the teachers' grades, and already we have the invitation to go and sit and actualize it, because it is a good process.
I need a figure. Akelo.
That is,
how much is the government really going to put out in terms of budget? How much money have they told you that we're going to put? 1 billion, 2 billion, whatever the amount, X amount.
You know,
give me a figure.
Once they have accepted the principle that harmonization of commuter allowance is the offer they have, we know that the 11.5 billion which the Teacher Service Commission had tabulated is on
so it's 11.5
billion. And then the responsibility allowance. What is now remaining is that how much are we going to pay a principal who is in a 6-streamed school, and how much will we pay a principal who is in a 3-streamed school? So those are the details which are left for the teachers to enjoy.
Okay, finally for me, 30 seconds very quickly.
Yes.
Between KUPPET and NAT, who's the inferior organization?
I want to say that we must respect the institutions as the way they are, but we have the capacity to execute the mandates. It is going to be simplistic for me to say that KNUT is inferior. We know KNUT has been there for a long time, but the time that you have existed does not give you credence to think that you are superior. And the fact that you were born yesterday does not mean that I'm inferior.
Akelo, sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being in our studios. All right, talking to Akelo, who's the Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers, the KUPPET.